platforms. So I'm on a very good magic rabbit hole, which I love, as you know. If you would love, I would love you to please leave in the comments where you're watching from. Hopefully we'll get a few people join, and you might be on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, it will ask you to allow StreamYard to use your profile. It's just so I can see your comments over here in the sidebar, and so I can comment back. So please, I'd love you to do that. If you are watching, that'd be great. And to let me know where you are. I do believe there's a bit of a delay for Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube channel, yes, Mad Mumzie has a YouTube channel. Just look for the pink hard hat, because there's another old Mad Mumzie, which was my original hippie one. And you can interact from in there as well. And if you are watching in the replay, welcome. Not everyone can make it. It's 7 o'clock in Queensland, and it's a different time everywhere else. So it's really interesting how in daylight saving it all goes to crap, right? We don't have daylight saving up here, and I want that sun to go down, and I really want that happening. Hello, how are you, Tarnetta? Thank you so much for joining me, watching from Facebook. That's really great to see, and you gave StreamYard permission. You get an atta girl for that. Tarnetta, yes, I'm assuming you're in South Australia. Okay, I've never known that name. Could be a boy. Like, I have a daughter who's called Shannon, and she was going to be called Shannon whether she was a boy or a girl. So, Tarnetta, okay, so you're working at Prominent Hill for Oz Minerals. Lovely. And you just put in your first. Now, I need to be able to star these comments. This is just a little bit of a new thing that they've got up. And I work at Prominent Hill for Oz Minerals. I just put in first application for underground dump truck driving. Ooh, congratulations and good luck. Oh, we've got some people joining us from Adelaide. Kia ora from Adelaide. Hello, Raylene. So lovely to have you here. Thank you so much. South Australia, right? That's where I'm from. Did you know that? I was down there for 20 years and up here for the rest, which is a lot more than that. Gareth is here. Hello, Gareth. One of my very original people that I've helped out in the last few years anyway, as I've stepped up to new levels. And it's great to see you on here. You're watching from YouTube, Gareth, and you can comment. That's fantastic. That's what I want to know, that it's actually working. So it's really good that you're here. Oh my God. Now, I can star comments. I would like if you, we'll just go back in here. If you, right, so I need to, okay, yes. If you have a question, please put a Q at the start of your comment, because then I can star it as we're chatting and then get back to it, which would be great, right? That's the plan anyway. See how we go, because there's a lot of things happening here. I don't know, did anybody watch my live on the Facebook? Gareth, you might not have seen it because you're watching on YouTube, but I did it just to, here's a reminder, come and hang out. And we'll take Gareth's comment away for now. Yes, there will be a slight delay for comments coming through on both platforms, but that's okay. I can wait till you answer, right? No, it's all good. And in the meantime, I'll have a drink. I will. Oh, thank you so much, Tanetta. Oh, that warms my heart that I've inspired you. Do you listen to the podcast? Oh, and you commented on the Facebook Live. Thank you, because that is something that I want to do. I used to do a lot, but if you do listen to the podcast, where I put my drink is a bit low. Where I had a group, I had all these things going on, and then if you listen to the podcast, you will know that I got hacked on Facebook. And so the original Mad Mumzie and the original me, the person, just was like, kicked off Facebook, couldn't access. They got into my Facebook ads just as I was starting to go to a new level of helping people, which is why I do what I do. And I wasn't happy about it. But anyway, now we are rocking and rolling, and I'm just, it's all happening. Gareth, you've been waiting all day for this. That warms my heart. Thank you so much. So you're not at work. Are you on break? Because Gareth is now in mining. He has started in a few different roles and finally seems like he's found his place, I would say. Would you agree with that, Gareth? It's up, it changes. If you're new to mining, it doesn't matter what role you're in. You can start in one and then you can change, and it really hang on, I just want to take that one off. My journey in mining, in case you didn't know, right? So I'm Mad Mumzie, and I want to hide that. There we go. I'm Mad Mumzie. I'm the host of Beers with a Miner podcast, and I have evolved my mining journey from, I started driving a dump truck straight away, like I was in, whether I liked it or not. Which you would know if you have listened to the podcast, because life went to shit really quick. My family were in mining, and they were down in New South Wales at the time, and they were hiring a heap of new truck drivers, newbies, wannabes, clean skins, greenies, boneheads, whatever you want to call them. And that's how I ended up getting started, which you can hear in the podcast. But so I have Australia's first mining podcast ever. Most people didn't even know what a bloody podcast was. I spent half my time telling people what it was. So that was back in 2016, and I'm very proud to still be going. Not as regular as I'd like, but, getting out there and helping people off. So helping people, not off, I just saw Gareth's comment there. Helping people as much as I can to get I like to see it as an insider's view of what mining can be like. I really need to say at the start here, we'll show this, that what I talk about isn't gospel. It's not. I'm different. I'm not what you're going to get in your training. I'm not what you're going to get from your labour hire company. I'm just telling you from my experience, when I struggled when I first started as a dump truck operator, and then as it continued, as I went on, it kept changing. So it's really it really evolves. It can evolve for you too. So it doesn't matter how you get in. It doesn't mean you're always going to stay in that role. Or you might stay in that role but go to a different level of it. So I just wanted to get that out early on. And All right. Just have a look in the comments here. Oh, Gareth. So he's ditched. Well, see, now that's a good idea. I can see everyone's comments. I can see Facebook and YouTube. And I can also go into LinkedIn, but I'm not quite brave enough to go on my page over there. If you're on LinkedIn, find Mad Mumzie's Miners. And me, the person, Leanne Drew, Leanne, over there. LinkedIn is a different monster. So Gareth has popped over to Facebook because he can see all the comments as well. That's a great idea. So that's so good. And Tarnetta, you have listened a few times about the cleaner as well. You were applying for utility positions. Oh, yeah, Karen. Oh, episode 2 and 3. We love Karen, don't we? And I was on, if you've listened, you'd hear the story, and I won't go on too much about it because I will digress. That's what I do, which is why I've got a podcast, and some of them go forever. But I got a message through Facebook that said that asking me all these questions, and it was from Karen, and wanted to meet up, and I was at work and she was at work, and long story short, we were both staying in the same camp, but nobody knew I was Mad Mumzie. That's why I was hiding behind that cartoon character that you can see in the corner. I hid behind her for a long time because many reasons. Imposter syndrome, I guess. But a lot of it was about the crew that I was on, where I was. Weren't very nice. I was struggling. And a few years later, I found out I was actually, excuse me, at the beginning of going through menopause, and I said to all the guys on my old crew, so I was at a new mine, and I said to all the guys on my old crew, no, I'm getting out of here soon because I'm not going through bloody menopause on a truck with you lot. And it's exactly what I did, and it's why I did end up leaving mining, but I'm very passionate to help others to know that you don't have to be a brain-dead truckie, and you don't have to just be a truckie. There's so many other things, like Gareth here. It's his first day off. Oh, love that. First day off is amazing. We always love our first day off. Well, I did. Night shift. The day off after night shift was always a bit interesting. I couldn't make a decision. My daughter, she knew night shift brain, kind of like we now know about COVID brain, but night shift brain is a thing. And she asked me, where do you want to go for lunch, Mum? I don't know. I don't want to think. You make all the decisions. And sometimes I might last till 10 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I might last till, the night time. And you just can't pick it. So your first day off is really good. And you signed a new contract. Oh, so out west, WA West? Or out west of where you are now west? Which I know. You don't have to say. And that's one thing that I really talk about here is about at this one band camp, this one cranky bloody dozer driver, this asshole digger driver, shovel driver, whatever. Not all of them are bad, believe me, but I'm not here to name and shame. I'm just here to tell my story. I'm here to share other people's stories, especially on the podcast, and to help people who want to get into mining and people who've just started. It might have taken you, I'd love to hear from you. How do I get to that? I'd love to hear from you, Tanetta, how you got started. So you've worked 5 swings and you've got your application in for driving. Oh, good luck. Oh my God. I'm so excited for you. You know, I really am. And I'm not, that's not bullshit. I don't put that on. I know how exciting it is. I did that when I first started, and I put on my, you might have seen it in some of the stuff that I share, and it's definitely in my online courses and my got a start date now what course, especially my signature program. It I've got my high vis vest on because they didn't have shirts back then where I worked. Well, we had t-shirt. We'd wear a blue t-shirt with the mining company on it, and we had to wear a vest. And we wore a jumper in the winter, but you had to have your vest over it because there was no high vis. I think the pants had high vis on it. I'm not quite sure about that. And it was really interesting to look back on just how freaking excited I was. I've got this photo, and I'll grab a hard hat, and it was white. Might be a bit noisy because this one of my old faves, but that's the big kick-ass freaking, look at it, dodgy as. That's where the batteries go for your torch, and you can and then you turn your torch on. Probably flat now, but anyway, I had a photo of my hard hat on, no hat and all that, and my vest, and I was like, and because I was in New South Wales and it was freaking freezing, like I saw snow for the first time. It was insane. So I had my winter flannelette pajamas on, and they had coffee cups all over them. So I had those on, my vest and my hard hat, and I'm like, woo, so excited. And I've got that photo, and I share it inside some of my courses. But my friend commented and said, I love the uniform. Which was so funny because it was not my uniform, obviously. So it's all very exciting. There's so many. I'm just having a look in the. Oh, Gareth, it is gospel. I'm trying to think. What did I say about gospel? About what I say is gospel. No, it's not. It's Mad Mumzie gospel. Right? Like here's number one tip from Mad Mumzie. If you can't handle the F word, don't even think about mining. Okay. Oh, right. We have a question. Lovely. Let's get into some questions. That's what we're here for, right? Not just to hear about my story. Especially if you listen to the podcast, you know it. I'll have a drink. How long should I give it, in your opinion, to give the underground a good shot? My humble gospel opinion, my opinion is as long as it takes. As long as you feel comfortable giving it a good shot. And if you feel supported, if you know where you are going to get some, not support isn't the right word, more levels around you, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So, because so this is my brain thinking, right? On the spot. And also know that, hang on, we'll get rid of that ticker there. I also want you to know that, there we go, that's better. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? I have never worked underground. I don't work underground. I will never go underground. That is not what I do, right? But I know many people who are, and I also had a partner for 10 years who worked underground. So I learnt a lot about it then, and I've interviewed shitloads of them on the podcast. They are a special breed. But it depends. And you need to see how you go under there, see what it's like, give it a go. With me, I struggled at the start, and 9 months, within a week, I wanted to quit. But because I was, I wasn't in a good place anyway, but it wasn't a good culture. So if you're in a good culture, especially, that will really help you, for sure. I guess the important thing is for you, mate, right? How long do you think it should be? How long's a piece of string? It's going to be a journey, and it's going to continue. Like, even when you started in your cleaning role on site, look how far you've come from what you didn't know then to what you know now. So if you can take yourself back to that person, I guess, and think the same at each new level that you go to, each new mine site that you go to. Even as experienced operators, it can be challenging going to a new site. I think I've worked out I've been on 5 different mine sites over the 13 years, and each one has had its own challenges, and it depends on you and your lifestyle, what's happening in your life. I did have one time where I made a list. You gotta suck your cheeks in and do that. Pros and cons. Reasons to stay, reasons to go. The reasons to go were about angry asshole men, basically, yelling at me on the two-way. Move your fucking ass around, they used to say. I'd back in under the shovel. It was a hydraulic shovel, so just only a little one. And I'd back in, so you're going to line up under the thing, and I'd back in there like that. Meant to be like that, I'd be like that. Or I'd be like that. And they'd say, get your fucking ass around. I'd be like, oh, but which way? I didn't know if I should... Did I need to be that way, or did I need to be that way? I just knew I was bad. And then up on the dump, I was shit. I was always getting yelled at and crying and struggle. But eventually it all started to click. But anyway, back to the list. So I wrote the list. That was a big reason not to go. I was dreaming about being in the pit all the time, and horrendous, because when you start, if you haven't really got too far in, you'll start, when you could do all your inductions and everything, you'll see shitloads of horrific videos that they show you. I'll just get the comments back. Sorry, I'm missing a few people here. And it's... Ooh. So I was dreaming nightmares, basically, trucks on fire, all the shit happening, and then I'd wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, oh, now I'm going to go and do it. I don't want to do this anymore. But then I'd get paid. And I used to work in a pet shop, retail, 3 days a week. My partner worked. And so, I was doing the mum thing. But we were on $62,500 a year. That was back in early 2000s. And I thought, how can anyone spend that much money? I did give it a good hard crack. So that was a big part of my why to stay. The other part was that I had my lovely support of family, Mad Baz. He, we'd do the remote controls on the coffee table. Now, if you're going to back in there, do that. You know, Mum would be yelling at us, "Shut up, I'm trying to watch Home and Away." So if you've got some support around you, sorry, I just spilled my beer, that's a bit shit. That would really help you. So in answering your question, Tanetta, and I did see your comment about that being a New Zealand name, you really need to just take each day as it comes and don't beat yourself up and just see how it goes, you know, and enjoy it and have fun and find some support people along the way and see how you go. Right, I'll just jump back into the comments. Gareth, 8-minute delay, really? Okay, there's a... oh, I'll look into that. So you're back on YouTube. If anyone's in Facebook and it's a bit, 8-minute delay, that's a bit crazy. You are welcome to go over to YouTube if you can find Mad Mumzie and watch the live over there. So you're going back to Perth, Gareth. Right. Oh, we've really got it. We're so close. We're like 2 hours away from each other. We've really got to have that beer before you go. Okay. And that sounds like a really good a good idea. This looks like a question from Gareth. Here we go. Oh. When dealing with unsavoury personalities, what's the best course of action? My first job was dreadful. I was ushered towards going to HR. It ruined my applications afterwards. Yes, I do remember that you struggled a lot in those early days, didn't you? And I guess that's what I was saying to Tanetta earlier about it depends on how your crew is. You know, are you getting the support? Unsavoury personalities, mate, I just call them assholes. But to be honest with me, I beat myself up all the time, cry. Everything was my fault. I can't see you being like that, my friend. But take stock of the situation and have a look at... See, it's a bit difficult because I kind of know the stories, and you were in a bit of a shit place there to start off, which wasn't a ideal situation, was it? Which we know. You handled it very well, I think, and HR can be human resources. That is, if you're not sure, anyone watching. HR can be, they think they run the show. They can also be very helpful. And let's face it, you have to deal with HR, because when it comes to your pay slips, when it comes to your uniforms, when it comes to so many levels, your travel, your accommodation, your induction, so much of that is covered by HR, which is another role that you could be in mining if you're not yet in mining. So if you do end up in HR, think of this, be a bit nice, you know. So what is recommended, each site will have a procedure, the word you're going to, go to sleep with hearing, SOPs and procedures. Well, a SOP is a procedure, standard operating procedure. So you really do need to follow what the steps are. But as a person, as a personality, try to have a bit of a chat on the side if you can, or it's such a... Crew culture is huge, and my sister, my blister, my fellow steel cap sister, if you didn't know, I have another podcast called What Boots with my sister. And that's her gig, crew culture and leadership at super high levels now. And she's been in mining since she was 18. She's now, old like me. And what makes people tick? It doesn't matter if you're in mining or if you're in, say, you're a teacher at a school, or if you're in Queensland, you're in the police force. Whatever work situation you find yourself in, you can come across this. And personally, I think go to it, the person if you can, and then take it further. And when they say take it further, it's usually your next step up. And then if you don't get any help, or you don't feel supported, you go next level, Don't go straight to the top. They don't like that, because you haven't even spoken to your supervisor about the situation. Not saying that that's you, Gareth. But yes, with this comment here that you've just put in, it should be private and confidential. It should be, right? Sometimes it's not. Gossip is also a big thing on sites that you really need to look out for as well. So try to stay out of all of that, because as you can see, it can all go to shit pretty fast, right? Yes. Tanetta. So, Gareth, I know that you've moved through this, and thank you for bringing that up, because most people who are starting or are new, at some stage you're going to go through this. Even if, like, I remember going to one site and this one band camp, and I'd been in mining for 11 years, went to a new mine, and it was terrible. I hated it. The people were nasty. I felt old, and they were all really young, and I just felt weird and left out instead of being the nana and the mum like I was used to, you know. I did start to finally find my way through, and then I left and went back home to another mine. So yes, it's really I'm reading Gareth's comments, but it's okay. I'm glad that it helped, and I do understand that, and thank you for bringing that up. Like I said, I think that's really good, because people do need to know that it's not always going to be hunky-dory, and it's not always just going to be about operating your machine and all the things, you know. So there's so much more to it, and a lot of people don't even know what they don't know yet. You know, like Tanetta, when you do start working underground, like you said here, that it's not for everyone, right? It's not. That's exactly why I do what I do, because I want people to know more. I really truly believe the more you know before you even get started, the more likely you are to stay and to succeed and enjoy it, try to make the most out of it, and have fun, you know. We're not here long. We might as well have fun. But it's easy said when it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're driving a truck up a ramp or down a hole or under the ground, and you're tired, you know, you're not getting it right, the people aren't, you've got family issues at home. So many things can come up, and this is what can also happen with your crew members as well. just that cranky driver, the cranky dozer driver is what I'm trying to say. Doesn't mean he hates you or me. He's just under the pump. He's got 20 trucks coming up at him. He's doing a lift. He's got to do all the things, and he's got shit going on at home as well. And he's just bang, 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 quick, fast, short on the two-way. Whereas I'm like, oh, hi, I want to have a chat. So we talk about all of that. I do have an online course that is really helpful for people when you have first got to start in the mines, or even if you're new and you're going to a new role. There's so much that I can't say in a 1 hour live stream, or even on a 2-hour podcast. I've been doing this since 2016, and it keeps changing and evolving, and I still can't do it all. So I've put it all into one resource, and it's called Got a Start Date, Now What? Gareth went through that, and Gareth, thank you for sharing that you've got an amazing crew now. And so much so that when I get home, I pack my bag right away in anticipation for next week. I love that. And this is something else that I talk about in Start Date. And I know I've spoken about it on the podcast, is the grass always greener? So when we think about, should I go to a new site or should I change roles or something, it really, a lot of it can come down to as well the people. That's why I stayed at one site I think I was there for 8 years, left for a couple, went to the other one I was telling you about after I'd been to a couple before I started. But then I went home. I went back to that site for my last couple of years because the people, it was the culture. So people leave a site and go to another one for $1 an hour. And then this has happened, I've seen it on my crew that many times. These two guys, old like me, they left this shit mine we were all at and didn't like, and we were contractors and treated like crap. But they found a better one, they thought, for, I think it was $1.50 extra an hour. But then they're messaging me, whinging their guts out about how much more travel there was. They had to drive their cars. There was no undercover car park. There was so much that was going on that inspired me to create a podcast about it, because you just don't know what's going to be like on the other side. So Gareth, I'm hoping, and I'm sending you all the good vibes from Mad Mumzie that your new site, your new crew over in WA is going to be just as amazing, and they might be even better. And you might not even want to go on break. Let's go with that, right? So I thought I would just have a quick showing inside Start Date, just in case you haven't seen it. I should be able to do this here. It is, here we are, just getting it set up for you. So it's over on my mining.teachable.com site, where there's lots of free videos as well. Like, it's free to join. I'll put a link to that. There we go. Nope, that's not it. That's website, mining.teachable.com. We'll hide that one. That's it. And it's free to join. There's free courses in there. There's the Pounce, how to get a job where you start in the mines, where I cover all sorts of things. And also mining terms you need to know. All the lingo, all the, what's the word, the shortcuts, the abbreviations, PPE, OCE, JSA, SOPs, all of that. One thing COVID did do was give us a way that everybody knows what PPE means. Personal protective equipment, because the whole world needed it, right? So that's where to go. And this course that I've got here is, I'll just get it into the right spot, dives deeper. And Gareth, thank you. You have been one of my beta testers straight in. And thank you so much for that. I haven't added your testimonial actually onto the sales page as yet, but I would like to just read out what our wonderful Gareth, I just need to make sure that I've added it into the stream. No, I haven't. There we go. That's a lot less than me. So this is the Got to Start Date Now What course, and it's the home page. And these are all the things that are in there. You know, what I spoke about, knowledge about mining is so important before you go in so that you can start. Don't be one of those people that gets a job, 5 years trying to get a job in the mines, and then you go and go, no, remember, you need to know that word, or not let it go in your head. And don't use it around your nana when you're on break, because you've been hearing it all week. So the more you know, the more likely you are to make it work, and to know that it might not work out for the first couple of months or something. Do that list. Have a crack, talk to some people, and people come and go on your crew as well. So there might be that one arsehole, and I've seen this too. People leave because of them, and then they go to another site and they're there. Not funny. But it is. Funny, not funny. So you get your job and you're really excited and you tell everyone about it, like I said, with my pajamas on. And then you start thinking, fuck, what happens now, mate? What do you take to site? All of the... Doesn't matter what role you're in or where you're going. You've gone from looking for a job in the mines to getting a job in the mines, and then going, what's next? And that is what this resource is all about, to help with that. And there's lots of questions that have been asked to me over the years, and these are the sort of things that we'll cover in these live calls that I want to start doing probably once a week. Let's try for that. It's all about the food and what do you take, and what about getting on the bus or the plane, all of those sorts of things. So it is $157 for this course, but you can pay it off over 3 months if you want, because that's what everyone does these days. But for the next 48 hours, if you're here on the stream, if you use the promo code LIVE when you enroll now, hit the enroll button on the start date course, you can have it for $97. So that's a saving of $60. But it's only for a couple of days, 48 hours. And if you miss it and you're watching in the replay and you're really freaking out, just send me a message and I'll sort you out. So this is a testimonial that I've got 2 lovely ladies who have been through the course and who wanted to share. So Diana, I enrolled into Start Date Now What course with Mad Mumzie. The course set me up for success from the very beginning and took all the guesswork out of a new start out at the mines. It made me much more confident and excited about my new career. Thanks, Mad Mumzie. Recommend the course to all and good luck to everyone. Enroll, it will be the best decision you make. And Di is, I've been mentoring her for a couple of years, a bit like helping Gareth out. And she, after a few health challenges, is now rocking it, and she's doing heavy machinery mechanic for the big machines, and she's doing so well. I'm so proud of her. I love her. And then, oh, that's me, right? Ooh, let's do this. But we have another lovely lady here, Christy. Hopefully, Christy, hello. You'll be watching this on replay. I'm pretty sure Christy's at work, so she couldn't make this one. Thank you, Mad Mumzie, for the fantastic course start date. It helped me prepare for my new to industry role. Has great tips and what to expect. Thank you greatly. Would highly recommend to all new starters. Thank you for all your personal support also. Any questions I ask you, put my mind at ease. Without all this information and support and encouragement by you, I would have not continued my journey. Thank you once again. Keep those encouragement boots on. Ooh, ooh. That's because she listens to the What Boots podcast as well. And then over here, I have our wonderful Gareth, but I will have to just change the share. So I'll remove that one and share Gareth's as well. It's not on the page yet, but you know, time gets away from us. So we are going to stop that one. I just got to go to a different one. Thank you. And if you're watching in the replay, please add your comments. You can always email me, hello@madmumzie.com. I'm on Mad Mumzie on all the things. Come and say hello, you know. I really love it. And I'm going to be trying to get these done every Wednesday at this stage. Right. So I have found it, and now I'm going to add it to the stream. There we are. This is the wonderful Gareth, who, I'll just head over here. Hi, Gareth. Thank you so much. And, you know, you say I support you, but you have supported me everywhere. Wherever I am, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, online, doing my online courses, whatever I'm doing, you have been one of my number one supporters, and I really appreciate that. So, okay. And this is what Gareth has written for us all about the start date course. This is what you need. Pure and truthful first-hand experience and knowledge of what happens from the moment you get a start to getting on site and living the FIFO Dido life. Follow this course and study it, and you'll find yourself in a far better standing than trying to guess it. Leanne has helped me from day one when I decided to close my business and try and get into the mining sector. I was lucky enough to get all the information firsthand and liaised with Leanne all the way, baby. From the podcast to the course, it helped me massively. I felt more sure of myself and what was needed to succeed. Remember, mining is not for everyone. If you go in blind, you have a much higher risk of quitting really early on. All the information and tools you need for a successful start and long-term employment is in this course. You won't be disappointed. I'm in 3.5 years now on the blast crew and absolutely loving it. Oh, thank you so much for that, Gareth. I really do appreciate that. That is just amazing. A fantastic testimonial. So if you would like to find out more, head to the start date course over on mining.teachable.com. Actually, I can pop it in the comments if I copy that. And I'd love to see you in there. You know, it's growing all the time, and I'm going to be doing more of these live streams so I can help you, and it's just so good. Thank you, Gareth. It's amazing. Oh my God. All right. Well, I think, unless anyone else has got any other questions, remember if you're watching in the replay, please leave a comment, ask a question. We can cover it next week. And if you head to the YouTube channel and hit notification, you'll get notified whenever I go live, because I'm going to be doing it more. And I love it. And it is my passion to help you. Whether you aren't in mining yet, or whether you've just started, or whether you're an oldie and just want to yarn about mining. And, you know, that's what I love doing on the podcast. That's so good. So I really have enjoyed having you here with me tonight. Thank you so much. I will go to my very special things here. Oh, this is where it was meant to be. So you, you. I really appreciate you being here, and I appreciate the replay viewers, and these will get smoother and more fun, and it's just so good to have you watching, and thanks for hanging out, you know. Remember that you can get the start date course for $97 instead of $157 by using the coupon code LIVE, just for 48 hours. But like I say, if you're watching in the replay and you missed it, hit me up, hello@madmumzie.com. And it's been so good. I love hanging out, and I did have a thing that I did last night. I had a bit of a play last night. I should have been in bed because it was getting late. Where is it? Where's it gone? Oh no, it's okay. Talk amongst yourselves. Where is it? No, that's not it either. Oh, I'll find it. I will find it. It's fun. It's a there we are. First live done. Thank you so much. It's been amazing. Thanks for hanging out, and I really appreciate you being here. Gareth's saying YouTube is probably the place to be for the comments then. It's much more instant. Interesting. I will look into that with my StreamYard, which is the software that I'm using. I'll look into that, which is really interesting to know, because I use this for my other clients, which is another business that I do. I do this sort of thing for other people. They're the presenter, but I help them get it out there and share their lovely message with the world. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, Gareth, for hanging out, and everyone who was here live. It was really good, and I appreciate it so much. Until next time, stay safe, be real, be special, and have fun even. For we only live once. Cheers. End broadcast. End broadcast.